Okay, today we're going to talk about polynomials and their multiplicity. Before we go over exactly what the multiplicity is, we're going to look at a couple of things. Factors are in the form of x minus some value to some power is equal to 0. Whenever we factor something out, we take all of our factors and we set them individually equal to 0. Well, this exponent that is outside of that grouping symbol, that parenthesis, that k, is the multiplicity. If our k, our exponent, is an odd number, then the graph crosses at the point that's inside. So if also the k is a negative number, an odd number, then that means that the graph ends of it will point in opposite directions. If k is an even number, then the graph only touches this point. Doesn't go through it, doesn't cross the x-axis, it's going to touch it. And if k is an even number, then the ends of our graph will both point in the same direction. So if we look at this example, first thing we're going to do is we're going to factor it. So hopefully you remember, first thing we look at whenever we're factoring is our GCF. Well, there is no GCF that we can take out. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to set our two parentheses here, and we're going to bring down the equals 0. Remember, if this sign is plus, the only way we can get a plus is if we have two positive answers or two negative answers. So that means the signs in our parentheses are going to be the same. So they're going to be whatever this first sign is. So that's going to be a negative. The only factors of x squared are x and x. Now, what can we multiply to get 4 that when we add those same numbers, we get 5? Our answers are 1 and 4. Now we're going to take each one of our factors, x minus 1 equals 0, and x minus 4 equals 0. We add 1, we get x is equal to 1. We add 4, we get x is equal to 4. These are our solutions, our roots, our zeros, and our x-intercepts. So when we graph this, there's a couple of things that we can get from where we have it in our factored forms. If we go back up, hold on, while I'm writing, I can't talk and write this at the same time. All right, so those are all of our answers right there. Because these do not have an exponent there, then our exponent, remember, would be 1. Okay? 1 is an odd number. So if we go back here to our hint, if it's an odd number, then the graph is going to cross through our x-axis for this particular graph. So if I take a second, and if I graph this in Desmos, this is what my picture looks like. This one's kind of, I've got my point where it crosses at 1, 0 and at 4, 0. So if you notice, I have my answers, I have my solutions here, and because they're odd exponents, they cross through those points. So you should be able to recognize that it's going to go through the x-axis. And this is what I mean by going through the x-axis. On the next example, what we have is another polynomial that we first need to look for a GCF. And take a minute and pause it and see if you can figure out the GCF. I'm going to go ahead from here and I'm going to say our GCF here is x squared. So I can take out an x squared, and what I have left is x to the 4th minus 5x squared plus 4. Now, if you kind of think about this one before, or kind of like what we had in the previous problem, that's not going to be too much different when we look at exactly what we have as far as the numbers that we have to find in order to factor this. So when we're looking at this, before, if you notice, I had x squared minus 5x plus 4. And this time I have x to the 4th minus 5x plus 4. So I'm going to bring down my x squared. And I'm going to bring down my two sets of parentheses. And remember, signs are going to be the same. They're both going to be negative. And factors of x to the 4th, well, I'm just going to separate it into x squared times x squared, because this middle term here is an x squared, so that's what I need. And then what can I multiply to get 4 that when I add, I get 5? 1 and 4. So if I bring down my x squared again, hopefully you remember that this is the difference of two perfect squares. This is going to be x plus 1 and x minus 1. If I bring down this parentheses, hopefully you can recognize that this is also the difference of two perfect squares, x plus 2 and x minus 2. Now with that being said, I've got one factor here of x squared. I've got one here of x plus 1 equals 0, or x equals negative 1. I've got one here of x minus 1 equals 0, x equals 1. X plus 2 equals 0, or x equals negative 2. And x minus 2 equals 0, or x equals positive 2. This is the one that I want to look at for just a second. This is the same thing as saying x minus 0 quantity squared. Now, all of these factors were 1 here, here, and here. So each one of these has a multiplicity of 1, except for this one. This has a multiplicity of 2. If it has a multiplicity of 1, remember it's going to cross through the x-axis at those numbers. If it has an even multiplicity, 2 is an even number, then the graph is going to touch at that particular point. And in this case, it's going to touch at the point 0. So if we look at all of these, our graph is going to go through the point negative 1, negative 2, positive 1, positive 2, but it's going to just touch the x-axis at 0. So if I look at this graph, here it is. It goes through negative 2, negative 1, positive 2, but it just touches the x-axis at 0. It also has an even number for its exponent. Remember, largest exponent up here was 6. Look at this. Both ends are pointing in the same direction. If we go back to the previous one, again, largest exponent is 2, so it's an even. So both ends are going to point in the same direction. Multiplicity is very easy. Just remember, if it's an odd number for our exponent for our factors, the graph is going to go through the x-axis at that point. If it's an even number for our exponent, then the graph is just going to touch the x-axis, either from above it or from below it. And that's all you need to know about multiplicity.